Not like us. Eligible for diamond record status. The boy went diamond.
So Kendrick Lamar has officially gone diamond. What others have gone diamond? Shout out to Screwface John for the clip. But if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Y'all know how we do it. We get right into it. Let's go.
In the history of hip hop, there have only been 11 hip hop albums to go diamond. We know what you're thinking. 11 albums? Based on RIAA certification, only 11 hip hop albums have sold 10 million or more copies in the US alone. No worldwide sales are counted for RIAA diamond certification. Now that we're clear on what RIAA diamond certification is, let's get into the 11 hip hop albums to go diamond. The Eminem Show, released on May 26, 2000.
Hold up. To go diamond, you have to sell 10 million in the U.S. only. So that's 10 million in the U.S. only. Just wanted to make that clear. They don't count worldwide sales.
Albums to go diamond. The
Kinda
Eminem
sucks,
Show,
right?
released on May 26, 2002, is Eminem's fourth studio album. It features from D12, Dr. Dre, Nate Dogg, and Obi Trice. The album debuted at number 1. Some of the most notable songs from the Eminem Show are Cleaning Out My Closet,
Did he say D12 and then later on he said Obi Trice? Like, what was the point of that? Why did he do it like that?
Superman, Sing for the Moment, Without Me, and Till I Collapse. In 2002, The Eminem Show was the best-selling album in the US, and it was also the best-selling album in the world. The Eminem Show is also the best-selling hip-hop album in music history. The Eminem Show is RIAA certified diamond and has worldwide sales of 27 million records sold. All Eyes on Me. On February 13, 1996, Tupac's fourth studio album, All Eyes on Me, was released on Death Row Records. The album sold 556,000 copies in its first week of release. It featured guest appearances from many artists that include Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Casey and JoJo, The Outlaws, Corrupt, Nate Dogg, and others. Tupac's All Eyes on Me immediately received critical praise, and it is ranked to be one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. It features singles that include How Do You Want It, California Love, Two of America's Most Wanted, and I Ain't Mad at Ya. All Eyes on Me was a double album, and it has been certified diamond by the RIAA. The album shipped over 5 million copies. The RIAA counts each disc in the double album as a separate unit for certification. Life After Death. Life After Death was Biggie's second and final studio album.
So what did that mean? They said they count each disc separate for certification. So that means he actually sold 20 million? Is that what they saying?
By the RIAA. The album shipped over 5 million copies. The RIAA counts each disc in the double album as a separate unit for certification. Life After Death. Life After Death was Biggie's second and final studio album. It was released on March 25th, 1997, 16 days after his passing. It was released on Bad Boy and Arista Records. Life After Death is consensually ranked as one of the greatest rap albums of all time. On its first week of release, it sold 690,000 albums, and it immediately received critical acclaim. The album features many notable guest appearances, including Too Short, Run DMC, The Lox, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, among others.
It's Bone and Biggie, Biggie. It's Bone and Biggie, Biggie. How you gonna not say Bone, man?
Greatest Hits. Greatest Hits is a posthumous double disc of rapper Tupac's Greatest Hits, and it was released on November 24th, 1998. The album has a total of 21 songs, and 4 of them were previously unreleased songs. God Bless the Dead, Unconditional Love, Troublesome 96, and the lead single, Changes. The album sold 268,000 copies in its first week and spent a total of 433 weeks on Billboard 200. Greatest Hits has been certified diamond by the RIAA with over 5.3 million albums sold. The RIAA counts each disc in the double album as a separate unit for certification, putting the total sales at over 10.6 million. Marshall Mathers LP. It was released on May 23rd, 2000, with production coming primarily from Dr. Dre and Eminem. It has guest appearances from many artists, including Sticky Fingers, Bizarre, Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, among others. The Marshall Mathers LP debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, moving 1.78 million copies in its first week. It remained atop Billboard 200 for 8 consecutive weeks.
Okay, so how many we done heard? Like 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This the 5th one. I'm gonna jump out there and say the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill gotta be on there. Dr. Dre, The Chronic. I don't know which Chronic, but one of them gotta be on there. And possibly a Wu-Tang? No. Outkast, Speaker Box, Final Answer. Let's see if I'm right.
Some of the songs from the album included
Hit the
Real
like
Slim
button.
Shady,
Don't
The Way
hit
I
the like
Am,
button.
and Stand. The Marshall Mathers LP has been certified diamond by the RIAA with over 11 million records sold in the US, and it has sold over 25 million records worldwide. Speaker Box, The Love Below.
Wow.
It is a double disc album that was released
Okay, there go one. There go one of
on
my
September
guesses.
23rd, 2003 on Arista Records by hip-hop group Outkast. It is a double album with solo albums from each respective member of the group. Big Boy goes solo on Speaker Box, and Andre 3000 goes solo on The Love Below. Speaker Box, The Love Below debuted at number 1, selling 510,000 copies in its first week. The album produced hit singles such as Hey Ya and The Way You Move, both of which hit number 1 on US Billboard Hot 100, and it also included the chart-topping single Roses. The album is certified diamond by the
It's not just
RIAA.
Roses.
Each disc in the double album counted as a separate unit for certification.
Cause roses, if you really take one and you take they really don't smell that good. They really smell like boo-boo, be honest with you.
Totaling its sales to over 11 million units sold in the US. Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him. Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him was
What? Hey, put some respect on Hammer's name. Put some respect on MC Hammer's name, man. Come on, y'all. Who knew? I didn't know. I had no idea. Wow.
units sold in the US. Please Hammer,
That's
Don't
dope,
Hurt
though.
Him. Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him was the third studio album
Shout
by
out to
MC
Oakland.
Hammer. The album was released on February 12, 1990. Hammer's Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him peaked at number 1 and stayed at the top of the charts for 28 weeks. It was one of the best-selling albums of 1990, and it remains one of the best-selling albums of all time. The album had chart-topping singles that include Pray, Have You Seen Her, and Here Comes the Hammer. However, the most notable and first single of the album, You Can't Touch This, remains the most known of.
Too Legit used to be my jaunt though. Too Legit. But hey, Hammer was a dancing ass nigga, bro. Hammer was him. Hammer used to hang out with Deion Sanders and shit on the sideline, man.
The releases.
Playing.
Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him took rap music to another level.
MC Hammer had a cartoon. A Saturday morning cartoon. What other rapper you know that you could watch while you get up and eat your Cheerios and your tidy whities?
Of popularity. It became the first hip-hop album to be certified diamond by the RIAA with sales of over 10 million in the US. The album has sold more than 17 million copies across the world. Licensed to Ill. Licensed to Ill was rap group Beastie Boys' debut album. The album was released on November 15, 1986. The group was signed to Def Jam. Licensed to Ill was only the second rap album to go platinum after Run DMC's Raising Hell. The single Brass Monkey went gold. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. On August 25, 1998, Lauryn Hill's debut single album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, was released. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart, selling over 422,000 copies in its first week. That set a record for the most first week sales by a female artist. Lauryn Hill received 10 Grammy nominations for the album and won 5 of them. She became the first woman to receive that many nominations and awards in one night. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is certified diamond by the RIAA for selling 10 million copies in the US.
What's crazy though, it really was a breakup album for the most part. Talking about the shit her and Wyclef was going through, breaking up and stuff, and she seemed real heartbroken, you know, on a lot of the songs. It seemed like she was getting it all out, and to have this many people buy your album, win 5 Grammys in one night, Who else we know done that? Kendrick. Who else we know win 5 Grammys in one night? All these years later, she still hadn't done another album. She did this one. She said, I'm done. Y'all can kiss my ass. But with this many sales, she might not ever have to sing again, you know.
Lauryn Hill also became the first female to reach this achievement. Worldwide, the album has sold over 20 million records. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill remains Hill's only solo studio album. Country Grammar. Country Grammar is a debut album by Nelly. The album was released on June 27, 2000, and its lead single was Country Grammar, Hot-ish, which peaked at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. Country Grammar charted on the US Billboard 200 chart consecutively for 5 weeks. In 2016, Country Grammar was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA, for its shipment of 10 million copies in the US. Curtain Call, The Hits by Eminem. The Hits is the rapper's first greatest hits album. The album was released on December 6, 2005. Curtain Call, The Hits is a compilation of Eminem's most popular songs and 4 new songs. On March 8, 2022, the album was certified diamond by the RIAA. And as always, at Change the Game TV, we give you game so you can change the game.
That's crazy. Eminem got 3. That's crazy. I predicted Dr. Dre. I was wrong. But I know that first Chronic, when it came out, it had sold 5 million copies, and it was like, wow, nobody had ever sold 5 million copies before. I think it was 5 million. It was a long time ago, but that's what I recall. And then when the second Chronic came out, I remember it went dumb. Doing some similar numbers. So, you know, that's the reason for my guess on that. But what y'all think about this, though? Leave your comment down below. Let me know. If you're new to the channel, you made it this far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All my OGs, hit the like button on your way out. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.